Commence primary ignition.
Hello, Internet. Round 12 at the Sector Qualifiers in Portland, Oregon for Season 1 of Star Wars Unlimited. I'm Madamzola from the tSisters, and we're here with Marshmallow from Janktech.
Hey, it's great to be here commentating on this high-level Star Wars Unlimited gameplay.
Yeah, this is late in the day. I'm looking at those win rates, 8-3, 9-2. They've played a lot of games today.
Oh, my brain would have been absolute oatmeal by this point. I think it was by this point.
I was going to say, I saw you at this point, and it was very close to oatmeal.
Oh yeah, I got to round 7, and I was like, I'm done, dude. I'm just gonna hang out and play some fun Twin Suns games, which, by the way, is more of what my thing is. If you like fun Twin Suns casual stuff, I'm your girl over with Janktech, but I have such love for this game. I love watching people play it no matter what, especially when we get to see some super cool leaders like Palpatine. Palpatine, like I was saying this before the recording, he's always kind of lurked around the periphery of the meta. Like he's
always
one of those
the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Exactly, but like we've got Bobby Sapphire playing him, so you know we're going to see somebody that knows what he's doing with him.
And the thing I like about this is, well, as also you do as well, but playing somebody who's a little not quite 100% meta. That's kind of my jam, or I play way off meta. But
yes.
I'm excited to see not another Han.
Yes. Oh, me too. I think it's interesting how the pilot Vader leader became such a meta dominant deck because I remember when JTL first came out, Vader was one of those leaders that everybody was brewing him with different colors. Everybody's like, oh, he's viable with red because of such and such. He's viable with blue because you can get that exploit ship, the Malevolence, and like ruin somebody's time with it. And then yellow just became the Vader deck. Yeah. And it's just like all it's got is little weenie guys. And then you play Clone Combat Squadron and GG. So I think it'll be interesting seeing these two matched up. And full disclosure here, I looked at Bobby Sapphire's list for this deck, and I was like, I don't understand how you win with this. Like, I saw some cool stuff in there, and I was like, dude, he's running like that Fennec unit from Shadows that
Nobody
gets
runs
buffed for all
Fennec.
this.
Yes,
yeah. And
she's so cool.
She is cool. I always wanted to use her as top end in Afra. Yep. You know how I feel about Afra.
Yes.
Afra Eternal, baby. That's gonna be Afra's game.
You heard it here first. Afra Eternal.
Also, I love that that Bobby is using the Palp showcase. That is like one of the coolest looking showcases, and probably why it's so stinking expensive. I'm hoping some of those Spark Rebellion and Shadows showcases get cheaper after rotation.
Now, I remember the first time I played against a Vader pilot deck was actually at Galactics, where, I'm running Spectres, obviously. And the dude, I hadn't actually played one before, and the dude sits down and puts his Vader way over on the right side. And I was like, oh, let me guess, you don't have any ground units. And I'm joking. And he's like, yeah, no. And I'm like, okay, I guess this is the game we're playing. So that was my initiation into Vader pilot. All air, all the time, all space, all the time.
I think it's neat that the Vader yellow deck has gotten a few nice little ground units in there. Like when Secrets of Power had that 2-cost land speeder 1/4. You play that on your first turn. That's a hard thing to get rid of. And like with Vader, you don't necessarily care about doing damage early. Like he's playing this chump little dude in space
we
right
need
now.
We need little ship. Oh, and Salacious Crumb. I know you're a fan.
I love it.
Salacious. So.
I always do the Salacious laugh when I play him, which everybody of course loves.
Yeah,
it never
and
gets
old. Also Chewbacca side effects as well. So now he defeats his dude.
Yep. Gets a card, pings a damage. Yep. And it's cool having Salacious in this deck because that's like you can just gain a little bit of health back whenever you play him. And Palp, of course you need to delay because getting that deploy where you get to steal somebody's stuff is so critical. Yes. And Vader, of course, is just aggro as heck. Like Vader just wants to push damage, and of course Vader is going to prioritize. We got to attack with vehicle every turn. We got to get those ties made. We got to overwhelm the other person.
Oh, and now he's going to ping his own super laser tech to ramp.
Yep, but not until next round because it takes all your resources to do it here. But, Vader sees the writing on the wall here. I really like the Vader deck. I think he's a very fun Twin Suns leader to build around too because you get to explore all those other colors with him and you don't play him as a straight up aggro because anyone that plays a lot of Twin Suns knows that if you come out swinging with too much stuff
Yeah.
early in the game, people are going to
Yeah.
pile on you. So that's the interesting thing about adapting these play styles, because a deck that's this hyper aggressive in Premier, I mean, look at this. He's got 4 units on the board. Oh, 4 units, and one of them's already upgraded with a
Comes in
shield.
shielded.
So like in Twin Sons, if somebody's got that, it's like, well, we got to take care of this person. So I like that these leaders engender a range of play styles with them. I think that Vader is one of the coolest. Like, and honestly, it makes me kind of miss drafting Jump to Lightspeed, because Vader was such like a, you see Vader, you're almost always gonna win if you take Vader.
So if I'm Palp here, I'm going to ping my own super laser tech, and I assume I'm just going to ping out an X-wing or ping out that other dude to take him off the board.
I would probably get rid of the
you want
shield.
damaged units. Oh yeah. Oh, we'll see what he does. Yep. Yep.
Nothing
Nailed
but
it.
net, baby. Because you do not want Vader deploying onto a shielded unit. And Palp especially doesn't want the other person to have a shield, because Palp wants to damage
And then
whatever
steal
unit
it.
to steal it.
Yes.
So we just want to keep our options open here. Like, obviously,
Ooh.
Bazine. Oh, what do you get rid of here?
2 waylays and then
the lurking
Yeah.
tie. Oh, the lurking tie. God, I love the lurking
but
tie.
I know. I guess if you're Palp, you need to have a unit on the board to then sacrifice. So if you get waylaid and you spend all your resources getting somebody on the board, that's not going to work out for you. Oh,
Yes.
yep, takes lurking tie.
But part of the interesting thing about the Palp deck is that it's a whole lot of like exhaust and bounce and whatnot early on, and then like change of heart later on, and then of course it's got the 8 cost walker that lets you discard a card to heal.
And sorry, I'm totally going to interrupt you, but for lurking tie, can Palp's ping a damage even go to the lurking tie?
Nope.
Yeah, he can't have that up there.
Yeah. Oh, Lothcat. Lothcat is really interesting in the Palp deck in general, but Lothcat only works, its when defeated and when played ability only works on ground units to exhaust them. So against Vader, that's kind of tough for Palp. Unless the Vader player gets desperate and deploys Vader to the ground, but come on, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, no way.
Well, especially with that much. Oh, wait, what's happening?
Oh, Geonosis, the exploit. Oh my gosh, I love the Geonosis patrol fighter. It's one of my favorite units. Like the fact that you get to bounce one of the other player's units. The fact that it's an exploit, which, man, I miss exploit. I want more exploit.
You were a fan. You you were cooking up exploit stuff for sure.
Because the cool thing is you get to take advantage of when defeated triggers when you exploit stuff.
Yes.
So like if you were, let's say, if you had the Lothcat on your side, that means you exploit a Lothcat to get the Geonosis out, exhaust something, and bounce something else. Like that is like that's not even a 2-fer. That's like a 3-fer.
Now, if I am Vader here, what is my favorite capture ship that I can't remember? It's yellow. Help me out.
Oh, it's
Who's
the
his
3
face?
cost coordinate.
Yes. And then you capture something.
Yes. That's probably in this deck. Like that was a popular addition.
Yeah, because you capture Palp's unit, and now Palp doesn't have anything to kill, so you can't ping me.
Yes.
He relies on something on board in order to do that.
Yes.
Consortium Starfighter. Maybe? Nope. Sanctioner Shuttle.
Sanctioner Shuttle. Yes.
There we go.
Yes. Sanctioner Shuttle is, again, a very good unit in Vader because you're pretty much always going to get the coordinate online with it, especially if, like, turn 1, you play Kajimi Patrollers or something, and you automatically have 2 units ready.
Oh, something's going to cost 6. What's it going to be?
Oh, right, because Palpatine ramped. Oh, change of heart. Interesting. Okay. Oh, that's actually a really good play because then he can run that into the Geonosis and then get rid of like the 2 quote unquote biggest units on the board.
Because you don't want to leave something there for Vader to jump onto.
Yeah, because Vader adds so much.
Yeah.
+5/+5. Like, oh my gosh. Like that. Now that's a leader. You know, that's walking around money right there. I think that was absolutely the best thing for Vader to do is just go base there.
Yep.
Boom.
Yep.
Oh, baby, I called it.
Yep. Well, and Vader's only job is to go to base. I mean, what else is he going to do here?
Yeah.
He wouldn't take out his own dude. He's going to make Palp do it. Oh, and damage on the board.
Whoa. Oh my gosh, we got a Bazine swing. Way to go, girl. You're doing it. I love that Bazine is a card that exists both in this game and I also played her in Star Wars Destiny a little bit. That like she appears for like a brief moment in the background of one movie. It's like I bet more people know Bazine because she's in these card games.
Because of them from the actual show.
Yeah. Like I think there were a couple of cards in Destiny actually that referenced that character too. It wasn't just like the actual Bazine character. Have you ever played Star Wars Destiny? Just as an aside.
No,
We
never
should play
played
it. It was, in some ways, it was very much a precursor to Star Wars Unlimited. But of course, as everyone knows, it had the cool dice to it too, so that there was a little bit more randomness. But you could definitely build around that too.
No, Star Wars Unlimited is my first TCG, and it was a steep learning curve to get into it. So I definitely did not come in with the background of all the other gameplay things at all.
Oh yeah, like I'm a former Magic the Gathering player. I feel bad for admitting that. That's like someone here in the Pacific Northwest being like, "Oh, I used to live in California."
Well, back in the day, you played what you played, right?
Exactly,
You had to play what was there.
Oh, I mean, I was one of those people that just like, I wasn't at the point of I'm just going to jam an unsleeved deck into my pocket and walk around with it, but I definitely abused my cards. I kind of still do. Like how many times have you seen me?
No, yeah. I've met you riffle shuffle some real pretty cards.
Oh, I've riffle shuffled my planetary bombardments from the sectors event.
No, I've witnessed it. Internet, if you are wondering if this is a true story, it is in fact true. I was there when it happened. Oh, ISB agent.
Okay, I got a little ping. So far you're just like, what's Palp doing? Palp's got two little
by
weenies
1,000
on
pings.
the board. Yeah.
Yep, that's all he.
But like because Bobby's 9 and 2 at this point, like obviously
He's
this
winning
deck is
some
going to do
games,
something.
right?
But
he's doing something.
At this point in the game, you're like 1-17. We got a Vader deploy lurking in the wings here. Like what's going to happen? Like it's just, what an interesting deck, this Palpatine deck. It's so incredibly cool.
I know when I've played against Palp, like my only goal was like, I'm just not going to let you steal my stuff. But I mean, that's not what this deck can't do that against Palp. Like take a weenie unit, who cares?
Yeah, exactly. You're just playing all these little trash guys. Palp doesn't get that much value from taking
I ain't letting him steal my Spectres. Fee. That was the game that you're not getting any of my Spectres.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the thing about the Spectre units is that they are all so good in their own way that if you can get a few of them on the board, they become such a huge problem because they all kind of make each other a little bit stronger too.
So D-Rod, Unlimited Power and Late Night Gaming are the ones streaming this event. Spectres want to see Spectres. That's how I learned to play my Hera deck better. Mm-hmm. There was also some tears involved in me playing my Hera deck, but that's a story for another day. We're not gonna talk about that here.
I feel like I made you cry once playing Piet against that deck.
Oh, no, literal tears. This is a bigger story. This was literal. I kind of was a little bit on tilt, I think. Sleep deprived. Hera's last chance to do amazing things, and it didn't go well.
Oh.
But I learned a lot about myself and a lot about how to play. Oh!
Vader on the ground. Oh, Vader.
Oh!
Okay. Talk about cards that are rotating, and
no good
I'm
to
kind
me
of
dead.
glad to see. I'm kind of glad that No Good to Me Dead's going away. Like, as someone that loves cunning villainy, I have played that card so much and loved it because it saves your butt. But man,
So why did he go to the ground? Why not put him on a ship? I mean, I guess it wouldn't have mattered. He'd have been exhausted no matter what. But what was his? I don't know the why there.
I'm thinking it's because space was pretty much locked down on this turn. Everything's exhausted. He's not going to be able to swing until later. So he can push more damage with Vader on the ground, especially because there's not anything happening on the ground. There's these two little chump units, ISB Agent and Bazine. They only have 1 Plaids. Otherwise, they hit for 1. They're like, that's not a threat.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's something that I love about the pilots, and I love about like this level of competitive gameplay. Ordinarily, I don't love participating in it, but I love watching it because you see weird tactical decisions being made where you're like, this is the best time to put Vader down on the ground.
He waylaid. Oh, I thought, wait a minute, something happened. He knew he had those waylays, so.
Well, he knew he had those waylays a few turns ago. At some
point, yes.
Yeah.
So we are coming up, are we at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? We're coming into 9.
Okay. But then, like, the interesting about Palp, do you deploy? Okay, he's deploying here at his first possible. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I love the P-38. It's another one of those units, kind of like the droid missile platform. It's like the danged if you do, danged if you don't kind of thing. It's like if you kill it, it's probably going to ping something you didn't want pinged.
Man, tapping down that Vader,
Yeah.
I think is going to save. I don't know if he's going to, I don't know who wins here, honestly. Sorry, Internet. There's probably some future person who knows the answer to this. I don't, but.
Uh-oh. Damage on Vader. That's interesting.
You can't steal a leader, though.
No, you can't. Well, I mean, the time for stealing is gone. He deployed.
Oh, that's right. He stole the space guy.
Yeah, and 100% that space guy is cannon fodder at this point for pinging, defeating, drawing. And Vader's just sitting there in his back to tank, licking his wounds, just like the movie.
All right. Okay. 25-2.
Yeah, but you're getting the sense that the tide has turned. And what you want to be doing with Palp at this point, this is why the reinforcement walker is so clutch in this deck.
That card is gross.
Yes, especially because this deck has sneak attack in it. So he can sneak attack out the reinforcement walker to get 2 triggers off of it in the same turn and gain, like, what is that, 6 health back on his base. Yeah. So, like,
so
Vader's got a lot of stuff. Yeah.
And he's still sitting on all of his resources. He hasn't done anything yet.
I think he waylaid something.
No, he did. So he has 8. He still has all 8 resources.
Yeah. So, like, there's the definite possibility of doing something nasty.
Happen. Oh, no, just rearranging. Okay.
That does make it easier for us, the commentators, to see.
To see what's happening.
Yeah.
Everybody has all their resources here. This is interesting.
Oh, an ISB, get the extra ping. So the extra interesting thing about this, Palp still hasn't attacked. So we know that there's potential for more card draw too. So Bobby over here on the Palp side is going to be able to be a little bit more flexible. I know, I'm just like completely riveted with what they're doing. I was like, there's so much tension
what's
here.
What's going to happen?
Like, because this is when the games, I think in my mind, this is when this game is at its peak in terms of how interesting it is when you get into this weird sort of, legacy run. Oh, man.
And that's a when defeated ability, though.
But Palp is ready. Palp can attack and trigger the when defeated on that and wipe Vader's board.
Because Palp just defeats a unit of his. He doesn't. Yes, he doesn't ping.
And, well, no, he does.
Palp, but he defeats his. Oh, he waylaid it back.
Okay, that is like the best possible move that Vader could have done there, because you remember, you get the 6 damage distributed however you want, and the 1 extra damage with Palp's ability too. Oh, that is
Where's he
so
going
cool.
with that? Yeah, running it into Vader. And then defeats a unit to then...
Yes, to do the ping. Yeah. And Palp can easily dispatch Vader because, like Vader's all powerful and whatnot, but he still fears Palpatine.
Exactly. He's still number 2 on the rung.
This is so interesting with the ISBs. Like
what are they? How much are they even doing? But yeah, here they keep showing up. Is this the 3rd one he's played?
Well, the cool thing about the cool thing about them is that they're when played, do a little ping. Like this is like these are 2 Death by 1,000 Cuts decks here.
Oh my gosh! The Vader play.
Apart from Reinforcement Walker, I don't know how Palp is going.
He's going to drop Reinforcement Walker because that's how the game goes. Oh my gosh! I don't know. He either has it or he doesn't. Right? Like that's.
I don't know. I think if he had it, he'd be plunking it out.
100%. Like he wouldn't be dilly. Oh,
that's a lot of resources.
Oh.
Hey, your girl called it. Okay.
Okay. So now Vader needs a. Well, I don't know.
Well, the interesting thing about how this matchup works is that since Vader's units do so little damage,
even though he has all those, he can't. Yeah. Oh, because he's going to use that to take out one of his other.
Okay.
Oh, nope.
That's it.
There. He got it. Yep. Okay.
Oh, what a cool game.
Oh, that was stressful.
But yeah, like I was saying, I think this is where this game really shines is when you get into this weird late game kind of area. Because I think that a lot of Star Wars games have the potential to be like, I play this unit on this turn. I play this unit on this turn. I play this unit on this turn. Like you kind of get a sense for the general rhythm of the game. But once you get into this extreme late game situation, all that natural rhythm goes away because the game doesn't get to that point a lot. And then you start to see really interesting, unique situations come out that you don't get to see in normal games. Like I had this experience playing against the Kylo Tarkentown deck when I was at Sectors and I was playing my Piet deck. And we got to a point where the other player was not deploying Kylo yet because I had all these big honkin' Star Destroyers ready that he is able to kind of deal with. And we get to a point where we're just trying to think so hard. What is the other person doing? Are they bluffing? What do I think is left in their deck? Because I think ordinarily you don't have to make all of those decisions every single round you're playing this game. You're just kind of like, oh, my deck wants me to play this certain thing on curve, and or if they have a really problematic unit, I get rid of it somehow.
But once you're getting into 8, 9, 10, 11 turns, you haven't probably planned out that far, let alone you might never even have seen that many turns with that deck.
Yeah, it's like Meeseeks aren't supposed to live this long, Jerry.
All right, so who's the sideboarding in? What am I bringing in against Palp? We can see that Vader's bringing in some stuff.
I mean, I think Vader, as is, was pretty well matched against Palp because, again, Palp's Lothcats did nothing. Vader was playing enough units that Palp wasn't able to deal with it, and just like the aggregation of all that damage was really good. I honestly don't know what I would do. Oh, it looks like we've lost the feed there from... Okay, we're back online. Everything is fine. We're ready to enjoy another spirited game of Star Wars Unlimited.
Here at the Sector Qualifiers in Portland. So this is game 2 of Palp Yellow and Vader Pilot Yellow. And keep going. Fee, you were in the middle of a...
I was in the middle of a tirade about this game. Not a tirade. I was celebrating.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I think I was just making the point that it's when this game goes off the wheels a little bit, it can be at its most interesting. I mean, this is also coming from someone that I've played a lot of draft of this game because my FLGS is fortunate enough to have like a good group of people that comes and drafts every week. So I've gotten to see a lot of these like interesting kind of non-scripted interactions between cards because you know when you're doing drafts, you're doing pre-releases, you get what you get and you make it work. So sometimes it is just about getting to that late game where you're like, well, I've got like some good late game stuff, but I don't really have much good before then, so I need to figure out how to make it work until I get to that point.
You know what we never saw? We never saw an overwhelming barrage come out of that Palp deck, which we know is in there.
Which the interesting thing about that Palp deck is that it's also just a bunch of little weenies in the beginning. Like none of them are good to overwhelmingly barrage with.
Valid. Right.
Yeah.
What's your target? I'm going to do 3 damage with my 5 resources.
And then I'm going to swing for 3 with Bazine. Wow. You go, girl.
Interesting. Okay. All right. I don't know what he brought in.
I would think it's Palp. I would want to have more space against Vader, just to make sure that I can throw up a little bit of a wall. Like, of course, against Vader, you want to make sure Vader does not get those initial swings on turn 2, on round 2, because you don't want Vader to start generating ties. Because that's when it starts getting out of hand.
Yes.
Because that gives Vader more options for, I can put a pilot on this. I can exploit to get Geonosis out. I've got coordinate for my Sanctioner shuttle. Like, I play Dornian gunship, and I've got a bajillion units, so I do a bajillion indirect damage.
Well, and also we know that Vader has some pilots. We didn't actually see any other. We saw no pilots,
right?
Actually.
Yeah, because
nobody made it up there.
And in Vader, like, what are we looking for pilots? Like, I think like the Victor squad is great. You know, like you've got the one Victor dude that gives you a tie when you pilot him. You got the other Victor dude that gives something else an experience. And also that guy on the ground is a friggin' 4/3. Like that's pretty decent if you're not going to pilot with them. I don't know how many people are going to do that, but I'm just saying you got the option. Like maybe late game would be good.
Yeah. Maybe did he put Vader pilot? Was that this is how much I can't keep track of the games. Somebody today played a Vader pilot, not leader Vader. Was that?
That was a different game.
Okay,
that was that exciting Boba Fett versus Kylo Tarkentown.
See, they all blend together in my head. Y'all should watch that one too. It was good.
It was good. I felt bad though because that Vader pilot that was on that ship immediately got powered of the dark side.
It was real gross. Oh, we're switching up the arenas. Sing.
So I don't know if this is something that was done deliberately by Bobby Sapphire, but again, this is psychological manipulation. You switch arenas, you make your opponent think a little bit harder when they didn't think before, like they were on automatic pilot. We were playing everything to this arena. Now Vader has to think every single turn, I have to play here. And that's another thing that Vader has to think about every single time before doing anything.
So note to self, you just want to mess with your people, just switch up the arenas next time. Oh, yeah. All right. There you go, internet. Note to self. All right.
Although, to be fair, in any competitive event, I will be bringing the intro Battle Hoth board that I cut in half, and that one labels the arenas. So I always say to my opponents, the ground units go here. Space units go here.
Nice. That's how you mess with people. All right. Well, Aura is hidden, which doesn't matter because there's nobody on the ground to mess with her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got the P-38. P-38.
There we go. Doing some pings.
This is a great Palp unit, too.
Because he just threw that dice across there.
Uh-oh. Tensions are high here.
It is. Oh, and there's my girl.
Oh, the Sanctuary
Yeah,
Shuttle.
stealing some stuff.
I love that card. Like, I've noticed so many times when I'm, like, making decks for this game, even in Twin Suns, especially in Twin Suns, I'm like, I feel like I'm always going past the Twilight section of my collection. There's very few cards that I consistently pull from it.
Really?
That's one of them.
I have to say I have a soft spot for Twilight. I think just thematically because I love Ahsoka and there she was, and I love Clone Wars. And I just think maybe it was because I knew more of the card references. I knew what they were talking about. I had seen those shows, right? So I don't know. I have a soft spot for Twilight.
I mean, I can totally understand that as someone that grew up with the original trilogy, like all the time. And I was like reading all the,
there you go. Got his guy back. Yeah.
Love that ship ambushing into there. But I voraciously devoured everything that existed in Star Wars up until like the year 2000 or something. And so like when Lawless Time came out and it's like, oh, we got all this Return of the Jedi stuff. We got more Jabba's palace stuff. Oh, yes, please. I'll take that.
I'm exactly opposite. I never saw the original trilogy growing up. I grew up in the sticks, man. We had like an antenna that you turn on top of the TV, right? Like we didn't go see movies. So it wasn't until later. So maybe that's why I like it's more the Twilight stuff, the original movie stuff, whatever. I don't know. That's not my jam. It's the later people.
Well, that's not to say that Twilight of the Republic doesn't have some absolute all-time bangers in it. Like I mean, you're not going to see it in these decks, or maybe you will. I don't know. But that Cad Bane 7-cost unit would be awesome against this Vader deck. Like, you're asking about sideboard.
Take your
I would
stuff,
sideboard that
100%.
in. I'd be like, give me all your ships, Vader.
You're going to get to 7.
Yeah, like there's those little butts of theirs. Like, you'd be able to capture like
oh my gosh,
all
that'd
of
be
the ships for Cad Bane. Like, especially once you spread a few pings out.
Right. Oh, and then I would put in who's his face, the what's his name card. Help me out. What's my dream play? You know, I Cad Bane it, and then I who's his face to then steal that thing that I just Cad Baned. Oh, come on.
He's his face.
The who's his face from the Solo movie, from the Red people. Oh my gosh, this is why you can't put me in charge of anything.
Well, we'll put a pin in that one.
I'm going to put a pin in it, and when I come up with it.
So Vader. This is one of those clutch Vader moves, Clone Combat Squadron. Palp is going to do everything that he can to make sure Vader does not deploy on that. Because if Vader deploys on that,
yes, that's a problem.
That's GG. Like, that is just like the dream card for Vader, which I think is funny because it's like the card is sort of posited thematically as like a good guy ship, even though it's, you know, it's neutrally aspected. But I think it's it's either Rebel or Republic or something like that. It's not Imperial.
It's not Team Vader.
It's not Team Vader. And then you're just like, but it is the Vaderist Vadery card. Like, oh my gosh. Like, especially because when Vader deploys onto it, he makes 2 ties, which give it another +2/+2. Blah, blah. I just like, it's so intense. Awesome. Okay, so 2 damage to it and exhaust it. Beautiful. The cool thing about the Clone Combat Squadron is if you are able to put some damage on it and then nuke the rest of the board, then it'll just die at a game state. Because I think that only has, 3 HP?
And it's getting buffed by everyone else on the board. That's its thing. Yes.
But they're all a bunch of little chumps.
No,
so you get rid of the chumps.
Who cares? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait. Cool.
Oh, because he's just wanting, instead of doing math in his head, he's marking that to say this dude is currently being buffed as a +3/+3.
Yes, which again, coming from the Janktech school of psychological manipulation, what Bobby is doing here is reducing his mental load. So he doesn't have to look at it and like calculate how big it is every time. He can just look at it and be like, oh, it's got +4/+4 now because we've got another ship. I didn't know those tokens
Conveniently
had that.
available.
That's very cool.
That's great.
I usually just put dice over top of cards to track that kind of thing. But like, I think having an actual token is a bit more readable. So that works out nicely.
So Vader is not nearly as far ahead at this point in the game as he was last time.
Yes.
So Palp's done a better job of kind of keeping him.
Which is what this deck wants to do.
Yes.
It absolutely needs to delay, and then take it back. And Vader's in a good Palpatine's in a good state right now, because even though there's a clone combat squadron and then there's a threat of Vader deploying, Palp has been able to exhaust it. Palp's been able to do damage to it. And if Palp can get the initiative on a flip turn and still keep controlling Vader's biggest, most threatening things, then that can get taken away. And then Palp can go in for the kill. I think on this Palp list, there aren't really too many big chonkus units. Like, I think it's got the 10 cost Devastator in there. Of course, you get that out and it's GG. You know, you blow up something big and then you swing for 10 with your Sentinel Overwhelm.
Oh, I have to interrupt everything you're about to say Dryden Voss. You Dryden Voss the cards. You stole Undercat Bane, and then you get to play him. Okay. Whew, internet, I know y'all were screaming that from your houses.
Everybody's
right?
like Dryden Voss.
Like, duh, Dryden Voss. It's in the comment section, whatever. Okay, we can get back to our originally scheduled programming.
Look, I always had the dream of playing the Jabba the Hutt Shadows leader, stealing something with Jabba's deployability, and then Drydening. Like the dream was alive there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
It just never came to fruition. But, you know, I think it's got its place in, well, either Eternal or Twin Suns.
It happened against me one time, and I was it was this kid playing it at a PQ up in Washington, and I actually cheered for him. I was so stoked that it happened.
Yes.
Because that's when jankery comes to fruition, you just have to acknowledge it for its greatness, no matter what side of the table it's on.
That reminds me of that one, I think it was a store showdown where you cloned, didn't you clone somebody else's Luke?
Twice.
Yeah, beautiful.
Twice. That was infamous.
That is a cool wind across my sweaty brow right there. So Vader took the initiative here, which I think is super interesting, because Vader knows we're getting into a position where we're going to start getting threatened by Palp's deployability.
Yes.
And so you can see he immediately swung the clone combat. So we don't have the threat of anything happening with the clone combat, like without it getting stolen by Palpatine, which is pretty cool.
We already know that Bobby Sapphire does not like the dice for damage. He seems to have really a strong preference here. He's taken off the dice several times, which I get. It's actually, I also don't like when they're tracked with dice, but you track with
I do track with dice.
You do.
I'm one of those.
I always get worried the table's going to get bumped or something. I don't know.
I find it's like a little bit more clear to me. But I mean, like I said, also in the Janktech school of psychological manipulation, forcing people to count all your pips on things.
Yep.
Like how I feel like I'm giving away all my secrets
No,
here, like
yeah,
manipulating
no.
my opponents psychologically to win games.
FYI, if anyone is taking notes out there, if you sit down across from Metal Marshmallow, you know what she's going to try to do. All right, Vader's going to come out.
He's thinking about, is he going to ground? Okay, we're making a tie
no,
first.
He's doing a tie. Palp's sitting on 4 ready resources.
My money is still Vader going to ground.
Oh, heal for 1. There's a salacious sound effects. If a Chewie is dropped at any point, you all will hear that sound effect as well.
If there's a Chewie being dropped in this match, I will be very surprised. Also delighted.
Chewie pilot. Why is he not? He's good. I mean, I don't think that's what Vader's trying to do, but you know.
Vader's like, Chewie, move over.
Exactly. All right, he has 1 ready ship to deploy on. He's just putzing. He wants Palp to burn those 3 resources before he does anything.
Well, I mean, it does look like Palp is at Palp's at 7 though, right?
He's at 7.
Yeah. So it's like
Oh.
Like, not super threatening just yet for the steal. But if Palp gets initiative, he can definitely take the Clone Combat Squadron, but it will immediately get debuffed.
Which, I mean, maybe he doesn't care. He just wants it to die.
Yeah.
I mean, he might want to steal something useful, but...
But again,
where's
like,
he
it
gonna
means
put the
Vader doesn't get
damage?
it. This is an interesting point for Vader, too, because since Vader plays so many little guys, it means Vader is going to, like, have exhausted his hand completely at this point in the game. So, like, Vader has to think a lot about, like, do I even resource at this point? Like, can I afford to lose any more cards? And is that going to make a difference in terms of, like, tempo? Can I keep up with what Palp's doing by playing enough units?
Well, and now Palp's down to 2 resources. I don't think there's too many green, yellow villainy things he can do to me to deploy Vader as a pilot.
I mean, he could always have no good to me dead. Which
is that 2?
That's a 2 cost. Yeah, that's a huge threat if you're playing against a cunning villainy there.
Yeah, that's also good advice for other people. Try to memorize the cards. I'm terrible at that. I know mine, and then it's so hard. I think that's honestly why I'm so stoked about rotation. Just wipe the slate clean of 3 sets that I don't have to keep track of anymore.
We got the Geonosis bouncing Palp's only unit. Also, is that an autographed Geonosis?
It is. I noticed that.
Someone else's at Galactics.
Yep.
Because
is that a Johnny Morrow?
Yeah.
Is that yeah. That's his art. He was super cool.
Didn't Johnny Morrow look at that? There. Who called it? Oh, yep. Oh yeah. I'm doing the Leonardo DiCaprio meme thing. I'm pointing at the screen right here.
All right, so there's nothing ready now for Vader to deploy on.
No, he put it, but he did still put him on the Clone Combat
Squadron. Stuck him up there,
which I think
now
is a good
plus
move.
$1 million.
Yeah, because now Palp can't steal that because it's a leader unit. Yeah. Oh. Yep.
This is why I'm not pro technology. Y'all, I don't want to have to learn how to run these things.
Wait, whose logo is on the back of that?
I think that was our good friend D-Rod from Unlimited Power.
Well, he can't be held responsible for the players not remembering to charge their devices.
They need to.
So if I was in Palp's shoes right here, I'd be a little bit scared.
You don't have nothing. You have nothing to steal right now, and you have no units to defeat to ping.
Yeah, that Vader's...
Oh, he just confiscated Vader.
Hey, where'd Vader go? That's my Vader now. Wow.
Yeah, that's a reason to take initiative. I mean, it's still a big swing, but it's not a close to game-winning swing with Vader on there. But 5 more.
Damage.
Yeah, that would be, that would hurt.
So now he can steal that, but it will...
It'll at least be debuffed and or die. And it doesn't move over ready. It just moves over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Takes out one of his little dudes.
Oh, this is so interesting. Like, oh my God. Oh, like, but again, we're moving into extreme late game. If Bobby can get the Devastator inescapable out, then Vader is just done. There's nothing that Vader can do to come back from what's the stat line? 10-10 Sentinel overwhelm, kill something to death when it comes out.
Yes.
But, the question is, can he do it? Okay, cool. I think that was definitely a good unit to bring out. But, like, he's just amassing so much stuff over there. Oh my God, this is cool. This is very cool. He only has
3 resources left. So, the Vader player just has he has no way to deal 8 damage, like, in one turn.
Mm-hmm. This is cool, too, because Palp swings. We can defeat the Elite P-38 and then ping another damage, which is extremely cool. So I'm starting to see the way that this Palp deck goes. With all of the chump units that have their win played effects that do, like, little pings or just, like, make the other person's play experience slightly worse. And then you get a little bit more juice for the squeeze, as I have said before, where you can use Palp to kill them, to ping again, to draw
because they've already done their thing.
Yeah.
You did their when played. Exactly. They've done their thing. It's all you needed them to do.
Yeah, that's just extra value right there. That's just like, putting a cherry on top of the sundae. It's just like, it's extra tasty.
And this is just where 23, this is where I feel like, well, at least I got him to 23. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know, this is game 2. So Vader got the first one. I think the later the game goes,
No, I think
the harder
Palp is,
Vader is it's gonna be for him to get anything here.
exactly, because Vader's got to mass that board state in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then, like, you're swinging with like 5 different ships for 1 damage each, but that's all going to add up.
And like you said, he's got a bunch of weenies. Does he even have, what's his big end? What's his big, I think his big top end is deploying Vader and smashing you in the face. Like, what else does he have out there?
Yeah, like Clone Combat Squadron is great.
Yeah.
But again, like, you bring it out and then it's not going to be ready.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I'm really curious to see what happens with Vader here, because once Palp starts healing with reinforcement walkers or locking down space, then Vader's kind of dead in the water there.
Does Vader have a sneak attack?
That's a good question. But what would Vader even want to sneak attack?
I don't know. Ruthless Raider, off aspect for 1,000. I don't know. I don't know. Because again, he's playing mostly weenies.
Yeah.
Unless you can sneak attack and then stick a pilot and then, that just is a bunch. I don't think there's anything for him to do.
I think that Vader Yellow traditionally runs very like unit heavy too. Like, you're not going to do a whole lot of things other than just unit after unit after unit after unit.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot. I love the amount of thinking. Like, did I resource that earlier? Why did I resource that? I'm the mighty Bobby Sapphire. Why did I make that decision? I don't think he would think that. He seems like a guy that's just like very down to earth. Yeah.
Sitting at 8. All right. So Vader still has all 6 resources.
Mm-hmm.
1 card in his hand. Yep. So we can it's not much of a mystery. He's either can play it or he can't. Okay, so what am I looking in the discard row for? I'm counting your whats.
Well, he could be thinking, Elite P-38 is a big threat to his board state because of the when played ping something. ISB agent, also a threat to the board state, because with Palp as the leader, each of those units represents additional pings from Palp's ability. And now that Palp is deployed, it means that going to base will be the thing that does damage from Palp and gets the ping and gets the death trigger. So I think it's kind of, I would be looking for P-38s in there if I was Vader and thinking, what's the possibility of more of that stuff coming out?
So they just backed something up. I can't tell if that was correcting a mistake or I can't imagine there's a do-over. Let me take that back at this level of play. I don't think once you take your hand off the card, I think it's decided, Fee. I don't think you could. So they're winding back a mistake of some sort.
Well, there's not much time left in the round, though. So it's like, how much more could they possibly be expected to do? Okay, all right. We got the P-38.
They're going back. Oh my gosh, they're going way back. Okay.
Yeah, somebody call a judge over here.
Yeah.
Like, there's been like all this like totally not cool gameplay happening over here.
And you're right. The clock matters when you're playing against these, later deploy leaders, more control decks. We're not even finished 2 games and we don't have much time left to try to do a third.
And like, remember the mental space these 2 people are in right now. This is round 12. They've been playing this game for 11 straight hours today. Like, the fact that they are even functional in the slightest amount is a testament to how like much they've acclimated to playing in tournaments like this.
No, and I think that's the piece that I never really understood either when going to like early PQs. I mean, I'm not playing obviously the super competitive decks, but even just not taking into account the amount of mental energy it takes to get through the day. Let me tell you, the days I played he's flashing his card. I don't know what's happening. The day that I played the aggro deck, oh my gosh, that day was so much smoother. My games were over. I could walk around. I could kind of decompress compared to just, if you're Bobby Sapphire here, these are long game after long game after long game. You're not getting time in between to do much.
Yep.
So you have to be ready to do that.
And especially his deck wants to be to the extreme late game.
Yes.
So that means he has to make way more decisions. It means he's got to like constantly be super engaged with what his deck is doing, as opposed to like, I don't know, Cad Bane Tarkhan. You play Underworld units, you turn Cad sideways, you play more Underworld units. I think this was something that our good friend Ned of Force Unlimited podcast also espoused, is that like having a deck that's sort of easy to pilot is great for something like this, where like obviously you're still making decisions, but like the decisions that you have to make aren't nearly as difficult.
Yes. Yeah. Now I'm the one watching the clock. I don't even know. So if you get a judge called, you get extra time. Like they're going to give you a little bit of space. So okay, so if there is a judge call, you do get a little extra time then in the round.
Yeah, but like still, if Palp is able to somehow pull this one off, then round 3 is
Still
going to be a
tight.
truncated affair here.
Yeah. Now I'm bummed that I don't know what the whole hullabaloo is about.
I imagine they're trying to figure out what the game state was at the point of contention and what got done at what point.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess to be fair, Vader has so many different things to keep track of that if somehow people lose track of it, be like, well, I thought you knew what was going on with your yada 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 yada.
Yeah. So we are back to the autograph card, and I have to tell you, I am excited about Galactics this year to see which artists they're going to have there. That was actually one of my favorite parts about Galactics last year, getting to meet some of the artists and knowing in advance you could pick your most beautiful copy of your favorite card to take to get a signature. That was really fun.
Yes, I gotta say, I fangirled at Aitor Prieto every single day, and he was such a nice guy for smiling and dealing with my nonsense, telling him that he was the greatest thing since sliced bread in this game.
He signed my Wookiee Warrior, which I had a hyperspace foil Wookiee Warrior. He signed that, and I was super stoked. But I have to say, I fangirled over Axel Hutt repeatedly.
Oh my gosh,
that was
like,
the
he
line.
does such good work.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. But I gotta say, me bringing my hyperspace Jabba leader from Shadows in, and Aitor Prieto was like, would you like me to modify it? And I'm like, and then he gave him like the prison tattoos. And I'm like, this is my most, like,
it was so good.
If I had to choose between this and a showcase and a fire, I would pick this card. This is worth more to me.
Yeah.
But like the artists were so cool. I was able to get Johnny Morrow to sign my Vader, what is it, Twilight of the Apprentice, the blue Vader from Legends of the Force. I had a hyperspace one of those, and I got that one signed. And I was just like, how does it feel to be signing like what's considered to be one of the chase cards of the set? And I think he was just happy that people appreciated his artwork.
Yeah, I had Spectres there. So Axel Hutt signed he did the promo version of Ezra Bridger on the Purrgil. And so I got that off the prize wall and took it back to get it signed. And he like signed it in this beautiful metallic blue. I don't know. It's one of my favorite cards. It just looks so good.
That metallic blue that Axel was signing with went so good on those cards. It was just unbelievable.
He also signed my hyperspace foil Lake Country. So not going to see many of those in rotation, but I got one.
Oh no, Lake Country is from let's jump to Lightspeed.
JTL,
right?
Yeah, no, she's still around.
We're still fine.
Yeah, Lake Country, she's still happening.
Got another year of enjoyment with that one. Did they finally figure it out?
Yeah, they're getting there. Maybe.
I mean, I'm enjoying reminiscing about Galactics because it's getting me excited about the next one.
Yes,
and like so, last year I brought a janky homebrewed Avar Chris deck to Galactics that I remember playing a mirror match like pretty early on where they played a Poe Dameron from Shadows on turn 2. And I'm like, I think this game's over. And I wish I'd put Poe in my deck.
So I have to say, if it's me here, even just the stressors of rolling back, remembering now what I did, knowing what you had in your hand, what could be coming. I mean, they went way back.
Yeah.
They confiscated Vader off. I mean, that feels like a long time ago.
Yes.
Yeah,
I know
this
if
would
this
stress me out.
If this was casual play, I'd be like, okay, dude, you just got
whatever,
like,
right?
Whatever,
exactly. But now,
But, like they're playing for all the marbles here. This is like late in the day, and you don't want to roll up to the next competitive event with like the runner-up playmat. Am I right?
All right, so they're getting there. Steal his thing. Well, I'm glad they know what's going on.
Yeah, the Clone Combat Squadron, though, like definitely taken completely out of the picture here. Like at this point, I'm gonna guess that Vader's probably got it. like I can understand both players wanting as much fairness as possible.
Yeah.
But like I would be also willing to bet that it benefits Palp a lot more than Vader to have to back something up that much to be like, no, we need to make sure that everything is completely on the level here. Although again, like a lot of times I'm just kind of like pretty laissez-faire about this game. Like even when I was like playing in like let's say Galactics last year, I was still like having like ridiculous fun with it.
There it is. That's a reinforcement walker.
Yep, we saw it in his hand.
Yep, we saw it there. I mean, he doesn't have the resources now. We're not there yet, but yeah, I will say that the thing that I can appreciate about this rollback and getting it all right is I remember the game where I just agreed with the person's interpretation of what happened and didn't pause enough to be like, wait a minute, no, I really feel like I counted correctly. And that's the game I still remember. Like, right, you remember the things that like, wait a minute, I should have raised my hand or said something different. And I think as a new player, I just, not that I think they lied or cheated. I just think I got steamrolled because I didn't realize that I could say, wait a minute, no. Like, I don't know. It was a weird headspace.
Well, I think that you and I in particular, because we're both members of a women's Discord, this is something that comes up a lot too with women players, is that sometimes you feel maybe a little bit more intimidated by your opponent. And just part of playing this game is to say to yourself, no, I need to advocate for myself as a player 100% of the time and say, if I don't understand something, ask for clarification. If I feel like there's something going on with the rules, I say something to the judge.
He just captured it back.
That's rude.
Oh, I mean, it would be rude if I were, I am pro capture. I am pro wait, what?
I know, we're just both like jaws a flapping on the ground.
And now
here.
he stole it back.
Okay, Bazine got that. Yeah, I'd 100% Bazine to get that out of the hand.
Okay.
I'm so rooting for Palp at this point. Like, let me tell you, like, I want it to happen so much. You ever think it's weird that the rule for capture has you... Oh,
don't
he's going to
put
nip that die
there.
in the butt. Exactly.
That's not going to last. Okay.
I always think it's interesting that the rules for capture have you place it face down under the card. And I guess for visual clarity, that makes sense. But since it's not expressly hidden information, it would be nice to be able to just look at it and see. We know, so we know he's probably got the reinforcement walker at this point, but is that even going to matter? Like, we're getting pretty close to time here.
He's going to get to heal.
But, okay, so even if Palp can heal and somehow eke out this game and the amount of time he has left.
Game 3.
Is there going to be time for game 3?
And I also, now that you talk about like Vader not having many events, even something like Surprise Strike, like that would feel real good right about now. But I don't even know if that's in his deck.
Yeah. We got a sneak attack with Palp. Okay, are we getting the double trigger reinforcement walker?
Yep, we are.
Okay. All right. Oh, does he want to keep? Okay, yeah. He thought about keeping that legacy run, but I think he's going to prioritize
the
healing.
heal. Yeah, because I think that's game if he doesn't.
Yep. And here's
does Vader have it still?
Oh.
3, 6.
But he's going to get more healing if he can swing at the reinforcement walker.
Oh, because it's an on attack. It's not when defeated.
No. But after he swings with the reinforcement walker, since it's going to die to sneak attack anyway, he's going to be able to use Palp to ping another one of Vader's units.
Yes.
So that means that likely Vader is going to swing with like a TIE fighter or something, because that TIE fighter is 100%
swing
can
in.
just die.
Right.
He can just waylay it. Whoa! Oh my god!
Oh,
and we knew we had waylay. That could be game there. What that does give us, though, which is interesting, it gives Palp a chance to play that again, which we know Palp has the resources for.
Yeah, but I mean, not now. He doesn't. But like,
Next
I think
turn.
Vader wants. I don't think Vader wants there to be a next turn.
Yes. Do you notice he swung with the TIE first because that was the most pingable thing?
And there's his second pingable. Oh, no, I guess the ping's already happened.
No, he already did the ping.
Yeah. Does he have it? Oh, he doesn't have it because they're still doing it. 24. Oh, that one swing, right?
Yep. The interesting. Oh, gosh, the thing about this, when you're building a deck like this Palp Yellow deck, you have to know that every one of your games is going to go this long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like going into a giant tournament like that,
Yeah,
I think is so
that's
interesting.
a commitment. That's a commitment for sure.
Yeah, like I feel exhausted enough if I play like an hour and a half long Twin Suns game.
Oh, I can't play more than 2 Twin Suns game. I tap out on that. For whatever premiere I can do longer, but Twin Suns breaks my brain.
Oh my gosh, I could do it all day long. I love it so much.
All right, what do we? Oh, so is this the initiative from last round, or has he claimed?
I think he's already claimed.
Because he only has 1 resource left anyway.
Oh, shielded unit. That's very bad for Palpatine.
Yeah.
And it hits for 3, which is,
so we know he can reinforcement walker.
But is it going to
heal.
make the difference at this point?
You know what he needs is Rebel Assault. You attack with 2. I know he doesn't have a single Rebel. I'm just saying. I realize internet that doesn't exist in this deck. But
I mean, there is a JTL event that lets you attack with 2 space units. I think it's a assault run. Or it's something.
Tandem Assault.
No, that's a space unit, then a ground unit that gets buffed. Attack run. It's attack run. I don't know if that's useful.
I don't think anybody's running that, but
yeah. Okay, so we're getting the Palp swing.
All right. Which he has. I mean, he's got to potentially put something on the ground. Like, what is? Yeah.
Oh wait, no, he isn't ready to stuff yet. So he's
still thinking.
I always forget there is an order that you're supposed to ready your stuff in during the rigor phase. You
draw up, you resource, then you ready.
But it's like one player does it before the other.
Oh, there it is. And is that a Sentinel?
That's a Sentinel. That's a big
Sentinel.
Oh,
dude.
But that is like all of his resources. So what has he got here?
I don't think he has anything to give anything Saboteur.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got, that's not quite enough damage to go through it. Oh yeah, that's why if you're Vader, you want that game to be over before now. Yeah, because like that thing gets in space, and if Vader can't buff a unit at this point, then it's like this can just overwhelm over something. And not that Vader has space sentinels to begin with.
And then it's Palp's game if he just swings. I mean, he just has to swing once with Palp and once with.
Yeah. You swing with Devastator first.
Yes.
Because it's going to probably die next time. So I guess what Vader hopes is that Vader can make it no good to me dead or something like that.
Breaking in. +2 in Saboteur. I'm just saying.
I like breaking in quite a bit. In that recent Barris Twin Suns deck that I made, for sure that's in there. I think breaking in with Barris is like one of the most no-brainer cards.
Oh, that hurts, Vader. This would break my brain if I were, because I'm so close. I just spent 17,000 hours retracing all of these steps, and now I'm 3 away. Yep. And you drop this giant Dorito that is a Sentinel, and I can't get through it.
Yep. I mean, look, you know how I feel about giant triangles? I'm kind of like pro the person that plays a big old Star Destroyer, because if you can get to a point where you can spend 10 resources on playing one giant capital
you might as well
ship,
play the beautiful thing. 100%. Yes. So now he's going to get back whatever he had. Wait, no, that's his.
Wait a second.
Did he capture his own ship?
No. So he swung into it, and then he played the P-38 because Palp took the initiative.
Oh.
And I think the P-38 ping on attack might be enough to throw every other unit into Devastator.
6. I don't think this dude swings for 4.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, now they're going back. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay, yeah, because if he swings the shielded unit, then it's gonna have 9 damage.
Yeah,
okay, but he's not doing that. Interesting.
Yeah.
I guess if he could have done 1 more damage, then it would have been worth it to swing the shielded unit into it, because then he would have another one to go into. Oh, was that it? Was he able to do it?
No, I think that he swung Devastator. Was that what was up there?
Yeah.
And then just they called it because Palp would have swung in and won the game.
Cool. All right. So do we get a game?
I don't
here?
even know. They got 35 seconds to play a third game. And I'm very curious. They're just going to like rock, paper, scissors it out for the third game.
I think, a 35-second game favors Vader in this matchup.
Yes, it does. Oh, that was intense and that was long.
Yeah.
And this is after a long day and I'm going to be hungry and exhausted and stressed that you've dropped a friggin' giant space Dorito.
Okay, so serious question here. Do you think any of these high-level competitive players wear diapers?
Do I think? Well, it'd be something like, like an adult undergarment situation.
It's not going to be like a Huggies.
And though, so, maybe.
Yeah.
If you're in a giant event hall and the bathrooms are 1,000 miles away.
Again, this is
as
something
a last resort, right? As a last resort. I can't imagine you're just like hoping to use it, but
because this is something that you and I benefit from because there's no line in the women's room.
Exactly. that is unfortunately the benefit of us being there. Yes, is that unfortunately there's no line in the women's room for these. Yeah, but I mean, yeah. I don't know. Internet, if you want to weigh in, if there's anyone out there who's wearing a special adult undergarment to get through these long games, you can be anonymously let us know.
I would love to anonymously know, like any stats. Like I feel like it's got to be a non-zero amount here.
All right, so then this is a game where they're gonna, I guess, go fast. And do we know how much time is actually on the timer now? Someone somewhere, the judges are watching something. 4 minutes.
4 minutes. I'm hearing 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
So at this point, they go until you settled it with like health remaining on your base, right? Like at the time they got a call.
Yes.
I mean, like you might get to finish out the action phase. Is that how this works?
So Vader, ideally, or theoretically, Vader has the benefit here.
Yes.
I mean, he has weenie units, but there's a bunch compared to what Palp's going to be able to do.
Yeah. And again, like you play this kind of late game matchup with the Palp deck, and you gotta expect this is likely going to happen when you are playing this. So it's interesting to think of the Palp player as now having to put a little bit more gas into the tank here, or whatever the right phrase is.
I like how everybody's just pinging their own damage. Someone else is putting the damage counter on there.
They're like, we're ready to go home, guys. Like, we're going to help you get through this game.
But that's interesting because I've thought a lot about that with the new Sabe leader, who's not brand new now, but like people reaching over into my space when I'm playing Sabe, right? Yeah. Like that actually is a little bit of a power play. I'm going to reach across and do your thing.
Yeah.
So
no, I don't like to touch other people's cards. You.
Well, it is just like I don't want people all up in my business. Like I will hand you my cards, stay away from my stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know how possessive I get and attached I get to my cards. And
I mean, especially if you're blinging your deck out with like autographed Johnny Morrows and prestige specters, galactics tie tokens. This is something as someone that works at a local game store, you hear about this kind of thing sometimes where like a Magic player will come in and be like, I've got this dual land from Alpha that I use in a commander deck, and somebody tapped their fingernail onto it through the sleeve, and you see little indentations in your $500 land card. Another good reason to not play Magic.
All right, speaking of autographed Johnny Morrow cards.
Oh, it's beautiful. That hyperspace Geonosis
it really is beautiful. And I think it's like a common card. It's a common or uncommon. I think it's like one of the best arts from that set. Honestly, the hyperspace version I love.
100%. Oh, whoa! No look at that.
Way.
Vader takes it 2-1.
Oh my gosh, that is nuts.
That is nuts. What a kind of an anticlimactic ending.
It is
to that like epic link game. But still, that's like what an interesting matchup. Like especially playing this quick Vader deck against this long game, like the ultra late game leader, like this is like way more interesting than like all hands on deck. This is like seeing these two leaders go against each other, like having to think about their particular strategies and how they relate to each other. This is what I come to Star Wars for, is this kind of cool stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was an epic round 12.
Yeah.
Round 12 from the season 1 sector qualifiers at Portland. This is Madamzola from the tSisters and Metal Marshmallow from Janktech. Thanks for hanging out with us.
See y'all later.